B-Marsh Boxing, what's happening, world? Back at it with another boxing video. Man, if anybody know B-Marsh Boxing, know I'm a big Gary Russell Jr. fan, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't I be? He's a champion for my city. Why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I don't care who Gary Russell's fighting. I'm going to always support the champ. Straight up. Whenever he fights in the city, whenever he fights at the MGM National Harbor, I got my ticket. I don't care who he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who he's fighting. I'm gonna support Gary Russell straight up and down, all the way. You know what I mean? I think Gary Russell has been dealt a bad hand in boxing as far as not being able to get the fights that he wants. You know what I mean? Not being able to get a unification. He got that prestigious WBC belt, but it seemed like nobody want to take that belt off of him. You know what I mean? They're waiting for the man to show vulnerabilities as far as getting older, maybe slipping on his pimping. You know what I'm saying? You know how boxing goes. Then probably somebody's going to jump to the opportunity to try and fight the man Gary Russell. Gary Russell's talking about moving from featherweight, skipping the 130 super featherweight, and jumping all the way up to the 135 pounds. A good 9 pounds going up and jumping two weight classes. You know what I'm saying? I personally think he's compromising himself, just like Guillermo Rigondeaux did, because he's trying to get certain fights, but nobody's trying to fight him. Just like Guillermo Rigondeaux, right? Yeah, same people ducked Guillermo Rigondeaux, ducked Gary Russell. What a coincidence. Yes, indeed. You know what I mean? Two Southpaw brothers with melanin, you know what I'm saying? As far as the Cuban, black Cuban, Guillermo Rigondeaux, and the African American brother from Capitol Heights, Maryland, Mr. Gay Russell. What a coincidence. From the Avner Morrises to the Leo Santa Cruzes to the Lomachenkos. Although Gary Russell did fight Lomachenko. And Guillermo Rigondeaux fought Lomachenko as well. But Guillermo Rigondeaux had to compromise himself fighting at 130. A man who barely makes 122. A guy who's comfortably making 118 right now. That's the only fair shake, quote unquote fair shake that the man Lomachenko would give the man in order to fight him. So be it, man. Guillermo Rigondeaux compromised himself, went up to 130, and he lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Gary Russell's compromising himself right about now too. You know what I mean? At 130, what is there to do? Jojo Diaz is a new champion. Congratulations to him. I like how he handled his business versus that guy called Tevin Farmer. I was never high on Tevin Farmer. You know what I mean? That guy actually fought a whole bunch of nobodies. He'll go back down in boxing history books as sure enough he was a title holder, held a portion of the lightweight titles when he was active. You know what I mean? But then again, who did he fight? I'm trying to tell you, everybody that he fought on his own, I ain't know who the hell they were except Fonseca, and I only knew Fonseca because he had fought Tank Davis before that. Everybody else that he fought was brand new to me. You know what I mean? So it was only a matter of time, and I'm glad Jojo Diaz took that strap up off of him. You know what I mean? You got Miguel Burchelt over there at 130. Miguel Burchelt's been holding that belt hostage. I used to be high on the guy, you know what I mean? Up until I seen that the guy didn't even want to unify with Jamal Herring, WBC, WBO unification. Two guys promoted or at least fighting on the same side of the street, you know what I mean, on ESPN Top Rank. Yes, indeed. The man Miguel Burchell didn't want no smoke. Jamal Herring, he don't want no smoke with Gary Russell. That's just the truth of the matter, you know what I mean? I'm not even confident if Jamal Herring beats Carl Frampton. I'm rooting for the guy, no question about it. You know, he's going over there to Ireland or planning on going to Ireland, and it's going to be in a hostile environment. I hope he's prepared, man, because them people up there in Ireland, man, they not gonna treat you so nice. I'm trying to tell you, especially you being a brother, man. And it's just the truth, you know what I mean? I remember when Howard Davis went to Scotland back in the day, former 1976 gold medal Olympian at lightweight. Yeah, he went over there to England to fight the man, not Barry McGuigan. What's the guy's name? Jim Watt. I used to like Jim Watt too, as far as a commentator on Sky Sports, but that's a whole different story. Yeah, he went to fight the man Jim Watt, man, as a black dude coming up there in Scotland, man. These people harassed him, told, gave him, they racially abused him. You know what I'm saying? They called his phone at the hotel he was at, and they told him all kind of stuff like, if you show up to the fight, we're gonna kill you. All kind of stuff. They had the man shook, man. The man was petrified for his life over there in Scotland, and that's exactly how he fought. he fought very passive, and Jim Watt beat him. You know what I mean? I personally think Howard Davis was way more talented than Jim Watt. Nothing against Jim Watt. Congratulations, he's a great guy. I enjoyed his commentary, but I personally thought that Howard Davis was better. But Jim Watt, at the end of the night, he won the fight. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be the same type of situation I think Jamal Herring's gonna go through when he goes over there to Scotland. I mean, look what happened to Howard Davis when he went to Scotland to fight the man, Josh Taylor. And that ain't no 1980, 81, 82 stuff. We talking about like 2017, 2018. Recent history, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a hard task for the man, Jamal Herring. So that's another champion with, he has a WBO belt. So what other strap is left? WBA. Who has a WBA? Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz ain't fighting no Gary Russell. Why you think that the man Gary Russell's not even opting, is not even considering 130 pounds as an option? Sure enough, the man Leo Santa Cruz moved up and fought a nobody. He fought a journeyman for a vacant WBA title, and I don't even consider him the real WBA champion. I consider it the other guy, Alvarado. I think it's Rene Alvarado, the guy who beat who did he beat, man? He beat Andrew Cancio, you know what I mean? But that's for a whole nother video. If you know how B Marsh do it, I don't give none of these guys props for holding no Reggie world titles. That's out. How could I do that? That's like me giving William Joppy back in the day, calling him a three-time WBA middleweight champion when he beat Howard Eastman. How could I do that? Bernard Hopkins was the real WBA super champion at middleweight after beating and and unifying all the belts for undisputed versus Tito Trinidad. But at the end of the day, Gary Russell called out Devin Haney. He called out um, Tank Davis. He called out Ryan Garcia. He called out some marquee names at lightweight, no question about it. Everybody except VASYL Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez at that. But don't worry about Teofimo Lopez because Gary Russell really ain't got no smoke with Teofimo Lopez. But he does have issues with the man, what's his name? Lomachenko. The only lone defeat on Mr. Gary Russell's resume is Lomachenko. I'm going to play the video right quick. I'm sure everybody's seen it. I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to play the audio. Listen up. Here we go.
I don't really say much, but when I talk, motherfuckers better listen. Pay attention to me. Grinding. I'm telling you. Telling you. Devin Haney, your father done said something, and he might have got you in some shit, dog. 35, I'm coming. Lil Ryan Garcia, shorty, you can get your little ass beat too. You know what I'm saying? Tank, what's up, dog? Like, come see, matter of fact, come follow me. Let me show y'all something. I ain't stepped on this motherfucker yet. You gonna see something in a second. I'm gonna let y'all know this shit free. What's that say? 43. 43? Stop playing with me. I'm coming to 35. It's real. Y'all better get y'all shit together. Quarantine about to be up. Y'all better hope this quarantine shit keep coming. Cause when I come out, I'm coming out like a fucking monster. See?
That's Gary Russell, man. Gary Russell, man, called out Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Tank Davis. Devin Haney actually even responded to the man Tyson to Gary Russell. He didn't add him though. He didn't put at Mr. Gary Russell Jr. No, no, he ain't do that. But he said to Gary Russell, he wrote on Twitter, "Dude been eating all quarantine and still 143 wet. Mr. Russell too small." That's what Devin Haney said. And Gary Russell replied back, and he added at real Devin Haney. He put the at, and he actually hit him up and tagged him. He said, 143 wet. All I have to, what do you say? All I have to be It's 135 to meet the weight requirement for the commission to say the fight's a go. What's up? Yes, indeed. So Gary Russell called out everybody except Lomachenko, man. Really and truly, Lomachenko is to me he's most prized possession at 135 pounds. You know, he's not no household name in the USA. No sir, he ain't no big ticket seller neither. Nope, nah. But he does have something that I think all boxers should aspire to be. And when I hear fans talk about, man, oh, nobody cares about pound for pound, it's subjective, man. I don't care nothing about that, man. I'm into pound for pound. Why wouldn't I? When we talk about NBA, don't we always talk about who's the best player, pound for pound? Some say LeBron, some say Kawhi Leonard, some say right now Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why can't I consider who's the best boxer in boxing? Man, I've always been in the pound for pound list ever since I was looking at Ring Magazine and KO magazines. You know what I'm saying? Before all this internet stuff, before there was all kind of different publications and media and people having their own you know, it's sure pound for pound is subjective, you know what I mean? But we shouldn't be always trying to find who's the number one pound for pound when it's clearly we do have guys who are clearly clear cut pound for pound standouts like Lomachenko. Lomachenko has a loss on his resume, sure enough. I don't by one bit consider him number one pound for pound on the planet. I can't. When I consider a guy who's number one pound for pound on the planet, I gotta consider if they'd be doing catch weights, rehydration clauses, bringing up people in weight and fighting smaller guys. Um, you know, Making people fight within 2 months, like how Canoli made Kovalev fighting. Stuff like that. You ain't gonna be no number one pound for pound to me. You gotta be doing it legitimately. Bud Crawford's been doing his legitimately. Lineal champion in two different weight classes, undisputed in one weight classes. Canoli and Lomachenko ain't never done none of that. So Bud Crawford's my number one. Lomachenko, I consider him probably number two or maybe number three, wherever you want to put him, number two or number three, okay? And that's what Gary Russell Jr. Should aspire to be at. People say, "Oh, he ain't fought in how he fights once a year, etc." Sure, because people are not even trying to fight him. They ain't even trying to unify with the man. You know what I'm saying? The man been a world champion, but people, I guess, just don't want that smoke. That's why I gotta give a guy like Alexander Vazdik. He got in the ring with Adonis Stevenson, and he took his chances. And he's a top ranked fighter who fights on ESPN. They lost the purse bid. They went to Canada to fight Adonis Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Adonis Stevenson was even the underdog. I was really surprised at that. The betting odds had Bosdick in favor of winning that particular fight, and he did. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, Gary Russell should try aspire to be on that pound for pound list, and he can do that if he avenges that loss to the man Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Beating Devin Haney and all these guys, Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is great. These are great, great young up and coming fighters. I don't blame Gary Russell one bit for doing what he got to do to call out these fighters because nobody trying to fight him. He got to put his name up out there somehow. Maybe Gary Russell don't want to go be forgotten as just a guy who held a portion of the featherweight title and nobody wanted to fight him, and he ain't get those marquee big fights. That's all these fighters dream about, having marquee big fights. You know what I'm saying? What the deal? We live, eat, sleep, boxing in the chat. What's happening, big man? Chris says Russell just talking. He can't beat none of them guys. Oh shit, man! I want to see the fights though. I want to see Gary Russell in some meaningful fights. You know what I mean? He beat Jojo Diaz. He's already now a world champion. That's a very good win for Gary Russell. You know what I mean? If Gary Russell is not that good, then these guys should step up to the plate and fight the guy. You know what I'm saying? Prove us wrong if Gary Russell is not what he claims he is. You know what I'm saying? But then again, Gary Russell's from my city, man. I'm going to definitely support the guy in all his endeavors, you know what I mean? But I do think he's compromising himself in order to get a big fight, jumping up two weight classes. We live, eat, sleep, boxing says Russell's a social distance gangster. um, you really don't say much. You don't fight much. You don't fight much, man, because fellas ain't trying to get in the ring with them. And Gary Russell said it himself. He ain't just gonna get in the ring just to fight anybody just for the hell of it. And I don't blame him, man. What's the point? The man clears over 1 million for every single fight, no matter whom he fights. You know what I'm saying? If the real fighters ain't trying to fight him, he ain't just gonna be fighting anybody just for the sake of it. That's why the man is on fights his mandatories. You know what I mean? Um, Will Leave Eat Sleep Boxer says social distance call outs. Absolutely. And that's what I said in the previous video I made about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? Um, and that's the kind of videos I noticed that's the kind of videos that since this quarantine coronavirus stuff been going on, it ain't no breakdown in predictions. I ain't talking about no up and coming fights or getting ready for a fight. It's basically guys just talking, you know what I mean? One guy who's been doing a lot of talking is Teofimo Lopez. He's been on social media a whole lot, talking about he wants to be a star like Mayweather, etc. Why? That's all well and fine. Guess who hasn't been on social media? VASYL Lomachenko. Yeah. If that fight happens and Lomachenko takes this guy to school, oh man. Teofimo Lopez been on social media talking like a whole lot, talking crazy, going out of his way to even write to Devin Haney like, "Shut the f up, you're so annoying." You know what I mean? He's trying to keep his name out there, trying to be relevant. You know what I'm saying? Look, Teofimo Lopez wants that fight with Lomachenko. Lomachenko seemed reluctant on where he wants the fight to be, when he wants to fight, money, negotiations, etc. The man, Teofimo Lopez, looks confident, ready to go into that fight and handle his business. But if this man takes a L, and especially depending on what type of fashion he loses the fight, man, all that social media huffing and puffing that all these fighters been doing lately means a whole lot of nothing. You know what I mean? Um, we live each sleep boxer says 135 is too much. I do agree, man. You know, Gay Russell's not a big guy. He's about 5'6". You know what I'm saying? But then again, Gay Russell is not getting no younger. You know what I mean? He's been at 126 his whole career as a professional. You know what I mean? Man been a pro since 2009. 11 years. 11 years he been a pro. You know what I'm saying? If maybe he's ready to move up, but I do think he's compromising himself and his abilities if he moves up to 135. But then again, we'll see if any of these guys he called out gonna fight him. But what concerns me is he called out everybody except the man who beat him, Vasyl Lomachenko. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a cornball. Believe you me, maybe they're gonna listen to this video and they're not gonna be in the comment section. There's a guy on these YouTube streets, man. When I make about a Lomachenko video, Slim be trolling me like a motherfucker, man. He be trolling me, dogs. Slim be acting like he's has inside information on what's going on. I be like, man, get the fuck up out of here. You don't know nothing. And I be seeing this guy on all kind of channels in comment sections of fight hypes, anything involving any of the black fighters who want an opportunity to fight the man Lomachenko. You should see this guy's comments, man. I'm not going to say his name because at the moment I don't even recall his name, but I do know this guy's a big Vasyl Lomachenko nut hogger, you know what I mean? But the guy just doesn't he's not considerate about anything. You know what I mean? He tries to front like everybody's ducking Loma. Loma's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm a fan of Loma, but I don't like these type of people. You know what I mean? Can I enjoy Lomachenko just the way I want to? And if he does some goofy shit, I'm gonna criticize him just like anybody else in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Um, Will live eat sleep boxer says he should just dominate his weight class and be great in his. Don't give nobody an advantage. Yeah, like guys like Orlando Canizales, back in the 90s. This was a guy who got like 18 title defenses of his IBF strap. You know what I'm saying? Didn't fight the best of the best. Didn't unify with nobody in 5 years. He's in the Hall of Fame though. You know what I'm saying? He's in the Hall of Fame, and I think it's mostly because of the title defenses and staying with that IBF strap for so many years. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Gary Russell's probably trying to seek out new challenges, you know what I mean? And it's probably difficult just staying at 126. And you're absolutely right. When Orlando Canizales moved up in weight to fight to like 122 to super bantamweight, he started losing. You know what I mean? I remember he lost to Junior Jones, you know what I'm saying? You check it. So you're right, man. You know, um, we live, eat, sleep boxing. You know what I mean? Don't give nobody an advantage. And if he moves up in weight or it compromises, goes all the way to lightweight like Rigondeaux did, he's definitely going to give up his advantages. Willie V. Sleep Boxer says, I just don't want him to get beat up like Rigo. Yeah, I didn't like that Rigondeaux stuff. I ain't like that one bit, you know what I mean? Willie V. Sleep Boxer says, I see that dude trolling. Go old school battle, B. Marsh on the debate and get slaughtered. Beat still does debate. Stop talking. That guy ain't gonna come on and do no debate, man. He ain't gonna do no debate. That guy's not worth debating. How could I debate a guy who was only? Look, man. There's people out here on these YouTube streets, even channels. These guys, they channels be dormant. You know what I mean? As in, they don't put out no content. But when it's time to hate on Deontay Wilder, they pop up. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to tug and ride Errol Spence's nuts, they pop up. When it's time to diss the man Terrence Crawford, they pop up. I don't respect them type of channels. Those type of channels have got no kind of boxing intuition. They don't know nothing about boxing except for the guys that they hate and the guys that they love. And this particular guy will be in the comment section, man. He's just a Lomachenko nut hug guy do besides the Lomachenko video. So him, he could stay over there and keep tugging on Loma's Bozak and teabagging Loma. But if he really can't debate. I'll body him in everything he talks about. All I gotta show him is the one loss that Lomachenko ain't never avenged. You know what I'm saying? Will Live Eat Sleep Boxer says we can easily set this up. He doesn't want smoke, B Marsh. Yeah, that guy don't want no smoke. We'll see if he comes up in the channel for he might come up in this video thinking, ooh, yeah, man. VASYL Lomachenko. Yeah, even the black channels. The black channels. Yeah, let him come up in this comment section, man. I'm gonna see what's up. I doubt Slim want any smoke, but it is what it is. I gotta finish up this live stream, by the way, man. I got phone calls coming in left and right. Gotta handle some BI. Even during this COVID-19, my jack's still blowing up. We live, eat, sleep. Boxer says he just loves Lomo build and biceps. Absolutely, he do, man. Because I haven't. Look, man. I've encountered plenty of fanboys out here, but that guy, he takes the cake, man. Holy shit. He takes the cake. He's relentless, man. He's relentless. Go see, man, he be in all the comment videos. Anything about Loma on YouTube, Slim is in that joint. And he there just tagging people in the comment section. Oh, yeah, but he lost to Lomachenko. Oh, this, man. Anyways, B Marsh Boxing. Big up to E Woodson. Salute. Thanks for coming through, my G. Big ups to We Live, Eat, Sleep Boxing. Thanks for everybody hitting the thumbs up. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about Gary Russell calling out everybody at 135, except the man who put that only loss on Gary Russell's record, VASYL Lomachenko. B Marsh Boxing. I'm gone. Peace.